Hello and welcome to another Betfred Sports video right here in the Quest Media Network studio. Now, there's a lot of action to look forward to this weekend. We've got the Six Nations, we've got the Premier League, and of course the Betfred Super League. But first of all, we're going to take a look at Manchester United's home clash against Tottenham at 5:30 on Saturday. Peter, Tottenham entered that game on the back of a 5-0 win against Everton on Monday. They'll go into the game full of high spirits.
Well, they most certainly will. It's a huge game for both clubs. It's a question mark for United fans of which United's going to turn up. Quite frankly, I think United will win it because there will be a mass. Well, there has been a mass of criticism since the Derby defeat, and they can only respond in one way. Quite frankly, they can't be any worse than they were in that Derby game.
Yeah.
Betfred have United 6-5 to win. Spurs 12-5. So United big favourites there. Now Cristiano Ronaldo, a lot of speculation about what's going to happen with him. Personally, I can't see him being there next season, but he's got to the end of this season to prove he is worth it for an incoming club for him. And he's 37 years of age, remember. I think he'll play, and he's 7-2 to score first. Cavani, Bruno, and Rashford, they're all 4-1 to score first. The same price as Harry Kane. He's 4-1, and Son is he's 9-2. A draw, which is also a sound bet at the moment, 13-5. But the odds are indicating a United victory, a comeback, a bounce back from the Derby debacle.
Yeah, I mean, you said Ronaldo's got a lot to prove if he wants to join another club next season, but he's one of the world's best footballers. Does he need to prove himself? I mean, he could put in half-hearted efforts for the rest of the season and a top club would still come in for him.
Well, a top club that maybe wants to sell shirts might come in for him. But the bottom line is he hasn't scored for, I think it's 10 games now. And he does need to prove yet again what a brilliant footballer he is. If someone's going to move in. And remember, it'll only be a top side that'll go for him.
Yeah.
Someone like PSG, Madrid, Barcelona, someone like that. He's got to prove it again that he can still do it at 37 years of age. He has had a tremendous career. You do wonder whether it is time to go out at the top and become a coach. Or go to America, for instance. That's another prospect for him.
Even potentially China as well. They've got a lot of money now, haven't they?
Yeah, certainly.
Yeah. Well, where will Cristiano Ronaldo head to next season? Who knows? It's going to be an interesting summer. But as Peter just said then, maybe he'll go to PSG. But PSG knocked out of the Champions League early this week, capitulated at Real Madrid, ended up losing 3-1 aggregate. Karim Benzema hat-trick in 17 minutes. Peter, what a world-class player he is and what a game it was.
Yeah, he's the sort of player who just does what he's best at. He doesn't try to flower it with other skills in midfield or falling back into more defensive positions. He just puts the ball in the onion bag and he does it regularly and has done all through his career. What a fantastic player. We've touched on United and Tottenham, and I've just been checking out the top 4 odds. United have slipped way down the pecking order now. Chelsea, who won again at Norwich despite all the problems that have surrounded the club with the ownership and the Ukraine crisis. Chelsea are 1-100 for a top 4 finish. I mean, it's more or less secure now. They're in 3rd place and 6 points clear of the 4th place team. Arsenal 8-15 now, so their odds on. Spurs 11-4, so they're ahead of United now in the betting. United 4-1 at Betfred, like I say. West Ham still in there at 18-1. Wolves, they played again since we last spoke about it and are rallying now. They've been cut to 40-1 for a top 4 finish.
Well, it's certainly going to be an interesting end to the season when it comes to a top 4 finish. And of course, relegation, as I mentioned a few moments ago. Everton getting hammered 5-0 at Tottenham on Monday. Peter, they're in real trouble now.
Well, they are. They have got that game in hand. And you've got to think there are probably 3 teams worse than them. Newcastle, they've done brilliantly well. They're getting out of it now. It is looking like the bottom 3 at the moment will be relegated.
Yeah. Absolutely. Well, only time will tell as to who goes down and who will get a top 4 finish. But we're going to take a look now at Manchester City's trip to Crystal Palace on Monday night. Of course, Fred's already paid out on City to win the title. However, Liverpool are just 6 points behind the league leaders at the moment, so anything could happen. Peter, you'd expect City to win this one, but if they don't and Palace win, it makes it really interesting.
Well, it does. Liverpool fans that I know have been saying it's in their hands because if they win every single game, then they'll get the title. But that involves winning at the Etihad as well, which is going to be unlikely. I mean, the way City play, you can see them forcing a draw whenever they want to by just keeping possession of the ball. They're absolute masters of that. Probably world class in that, the best in the whole world at retaining possession. Going into that Palace game on Monday, Palace 10-1 to get the 3 point. City odds on yet again away, 1-3. Mahrez, who's in fantastic form, he's 3-1 and favourite to score first. Sterling 10-3, he dropped for the derby, remember? Maybe he's got things to prove. He's 10-3 to score first. De Bruyne and Foden both 4-1. I mean, Phil Foden at the moment is playing out of his skin.
Yeah.
What a player he's turned out to be. And all that criticism that the manager got about not sending him out on loan, well, you can forget all that now because he's coming into his own now.
Yeah.
He could be described as world class.
Yeah, I was going to say that then.
And he could win the World Cup for England. He's that good.
Yeah. Well, the World Cup, not too long away now, in December. I, for one, can't wait for that one. And, of course, we've got a big weekend of Six Nations coming up. So, if you don't really fancy watching Manchester United taking on Tottenham at 5:30, we've got England taking on Ireland. And England are 6-1 to win the Six Nations outright. And, of course, as Peter alluded to then, we do have some Super League action taking place this evening. It's going to be a real humdinger. We've got St Helens in first, taking on Warrington Wolves in fourth. Peter, can't wait for this one.
No, it is one of the most eagerly awaited fixtures of the whole season. It's come early this year. St Helens unbeaten so far this season. They're 2-9 to win tonight with Betfred. Warrington 18-5. I saw Warrington play against Catalans. They are rallying somewhat. They have got. They've traditionally got a team of superstars who don't play as a team, and that's proven to be the case again this year. I think Daryl Powell, I know Daryl Powell was absolutely scathing after that defeat against Catalans at home last Friday, and he'll be looking for a lot more against St Helens, who he knows, like everybody else knows in Super League, are the team to beat. St Helens going for 4 titles on the bounce, and the odds do indicate that we think St Helens will win, but you never really know. Tom Makinson 11-2 to score the first try. Josh Sims 7-1. Jack Wellsby, now what a player he is. He's got into the England World Cup rugby league squad, and if he may well be looking to celebrate that call up. He's 9-1 to score the first try against Warrington on Friday night.
Well, as Peter said then, St Helens on fire at the moment, leading the Betfred Super League, and they are going for a 4th consecutive grand final title. Well, we've also got the Cheltenham Festival to look forward to, which starts next Tuesday. And of course, in this week's Tameside Reporter and Glossop Chronicle, we've got a 3-page special on the festival. Peter, I know you for one can't wait for this.
Well, I can't. The first day is looking like it'll be Honeysuckle's Day in the Champion Hurdle, which is the feature race on day one, of course. So it is fascinating to see how Cheltenham's back after 2 years where we've not had a crowd.
Yeah.
That famous roar on Tuesday should be fantastic. And there's all the subplots going on behind the scenes here that fascinate me, such as the battle between the bookies and the punters, and also the battle between the Irish owners and the English owners.
Yeah.
And that's not to demeanour in any way the race between the jockeys to be the top jockey in the 28 races.
Yeah.
There's all sorts of bets you can take out with Betfred on the festival, and it is one of our busiest ever weeks. In fact, all holidays cancelled at Betfred while we sort out the Cheltenham coverage.
Yeah, I can imagine. Well, as Peter said then, we do have a free pay special in this week's Tameside Reporter and Glossop Chronicle with all the latest information and odds ahead of the festival. And if you do fancy your pun on any of the Premier League fixtures, Super League fixtures or Six Nations fixtures, Betfred stores are now open, but you can also bet online via their app.